So the perfect game, that is a good one right there. That's a good question, you know? So if it was my opinion on what I thought would be the perfect game, I'll give it to you guys. So the one thing I hate is like Call of Duty, right? You know, gameplay, 5 minutes or so. And then you have to wait for the leaderboard to go through, watch the final kill cam, loading screen, 1 minute in lobby, another loading screen, and then you're in the game. So like, I just hate that, you know, there's not much gameplay. There really isn't, you know, like there's a lot of waiting and then there's some gameplay and then there's more waiting. I just hate that. Now a good example here is like Battlefield 4, man. I remember that you could increase the tickets so high that like you could have like a 5-hour game. It was so great, you know. It was like awesome, you know. I don't want to be shifting through menus all the time, you know. If I only have a set amount of time that I could play a day, I want to be able to play as much as I can, you know. I don't want to be in menus. That's like boring, you know. Looking at challenges after you only played for 5 minutes is like, yeah, I didn't really do too much, you know. So why do I have to look at it, you know? But I love bigger. Bigger is always better. That's why I stopped playing Destiny 2. I'm like, oh, you're gonna make it 4-on-4 instead of 6-on-6. You know, I was super hoping that Destiny 2 would have a bigger game mode, and then it's like, oh, we're taking people away. Same map size, but we're going to take people away, and it's just super boring, so that's why I stopped playing that. And really, yeah, man, just bigger is better. Bigger is always better. Battlefield, you know, lots of people on each team is always awesome. And longer games. But what I would prefer to be like the best game ever would be a game that never ends. Just never ends. There's no time limit. There's no score limit. It just never ends. And you have two sides, right? In a massive map, all right? Like a PUBG massive map, no storm, just, you know, a massive map. Like, you know, preferably like 10 times bigger than PUBG, like massive, right? Now, obviously, I don't think we'd ever get to this point where like we have enough, you know, technology to really make something massive like that. But I think it would be crazy, dude. Like 1,000 versus 1,000, and it just never ends, you know? Like people drop out, people come in and they spawn in and they just, you know, either are capturing objectives or killing people, building stuff like that. I just think that would be the coolest thing ever. Like you'll have like a score on each side. For example, red versus blue, and then, you know, you see who gets the most points, but it never ends though. You just you see like, oh man, we got to do more work here if we're on red team and blue's kicking our ass, you know. But I think that'd be really cool. Completely like takes out the menus. And, you know, you could still have a menu system, like when you back out and, you know, complete challenges or whatever. But I think that would be just so fun because, you know, no BS, you know, you come home, you want to play some games, you jump in and you're just in there, you know? Just a massive game. You don't get bored of it because it's just so massive. I think that would be just a really cool game idea. Obviously, 1,000 versus 1,000 would take a lot of technology I don't think we really have yet. But that would be very crazy, though. And that definitely would be like my dream game right there. What I thought would be the best game ever. But yeah, you know, like kind of like a Battlefield 4 style to it, you know? Like modern times. Multiple different landscapes in the game, like a little bit of desert, a little bit of forest. Definitely need changing environments, rain, fog, stuff like that, wind. Definitely would be very cool. But yeah, guys, that's what I think would be the best game ever. It's been the Big K, guys. Peace out.